Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on tonight's edition of NCHEZGO program. This is a program where we feature different people who may have contributed to Mother Zambia differently. And it is this particular time again when we have another person to feature on the program so that they get to share quite a lot. We are hosting Lundazi Town Council chairperson, His Worship Gordon Tembo, and we will be discussing issues affecting Lundazi Town Council. He was elected in the 2021 general election under the Patriotic Front ticket and won that particular election. Before that, he also served as Mnyamazi ward councillor. So he has been ascending to where he is today. Probably we should be able to also get to find out, because he did announce from some other platforms that he's destined to lead beyond what he's currently doing here in Lundazi. I'm your host, Stephen Nkoma. Thank you so much for joining us. I also have Edward Banda on camera, and my producer is John Zayawan Mseteka. Your Worship, it's a pleasure to host you once again.
Great.
After, I think, is it a year or so, having interviewed you
Yeah.
live on Kanele FM.
Great. I'm greatly humbled for hosting me today. I pass home greetings to the good people of Lundazi district. I know that they are good and beyond, actually. I'm sure that they will take part in this very important program. And let me also take this opportunity to thank you, the Kanele FM, for the great job that you're actually doing. You know very well that without the media, the works that we are doing it cannot be known by our people out there. So I appreciate for the great works that you are doing.
All right, Your Worship. In my preamble, I did mention that you served as Mnyamazi ward councillor. Just share with us, maybe there are some other portfolios where you have also served way before you ascended to the position of council chairperson.
Great. First of all, I would like to thank the Almighty God for always being with me. My political life has been a journey, ups and downs, but because of His mercy, we are still standing. So I'm actually a grassroots person. I'm not a random guy who has just come out on the political scene. I have a history in politics, starting from partisan politics, where I've been a member of the Mnyamazi Ward Committee. I've been a member of the constituency committee, the district committee. I've been elected as a ward councillor from Mnyamazi Ward. I've also served as a deputy council chairperson. I've been a district chairman for the Patriotic Front. I've been the provincial vice youth chairman for the Patriotic Front, amongst the other portfolios. And now today, I am the council chairperson for Lundazi Town Council. So all gratitude to the Almighty God and the great people of Lundazi district. I know very well that there are a lot of wise people more qualified than me, but because of the mercy of the Almighty, I am here today.
All right.
Yeah.
Other than these other positions, recently we were greeted by news that the Robert Chawinga the Patriotic Front had actually appointed you as the provincial chairman. A lot of reactions came through after we posted that letter on our socials. Others were speculating that this could be the end of your career. Others were saying, congratulations, you deserve this, having served in all that. But we never got your side of the story. Have you accepted this appointment?
Okay, great. So for me, I think it's not about who wrote the letter. It's about the party. I am a member of the Patriotic Front, and my appointment is coming from the Patriotic Front. It's not coming from any other organization. So I think even in the first place, it should be mentioned that the Patriotic Front has appointed you as provincial chairman, because it doesn't matter who actually is holding a position at what particular point. I think what matters is the organization. You know very well that every organization might have issues here and there, but I think they're always resolved in-house. So I am part of the solution and not to bring disturbances. So my appointment, it is something that is coming from the party. It is not a personal appointment that I was appointed by an individual. I'm actually appointed by the party.
If it was the Edgar Lungu faction also appointing you, how would you have received that? Because we are seeing 3 groups now, other than the stories that we're getting now that the Registrar of Society is recognizing Chaminga as president,
Yes.
where now you have been appointed
Yes.
as a provincial chairman.
Yeah.
But of course, there's also the Mao Sampa faction, which to a certain extent, we had also seen an appointment directed at you. But if I was to check my records well, that should have been the district chairman here in Lundazi,
Yes.
under the Mao Sampa led faction. I have asked you if at all the Edgar Lungu faction could have also done the same. Would you have agreed to?
Yeah, so the point I'm making is that there's only one patriotic front.
Okay.
There are no 3 or 4 patriotic fronts. It's only one organization. So you might have differences here and there. And that's why I mentioned that they should be obviously sorted out from in-house.
Okay.
But for me, I don't take any appointment as coming from a faction or from an individual. I take the appointment that is coming from the party, because one might serve as president today, and after 2 days another one might serve. Steve, it does not matter who serves at what position at a particular moment.
Okay.
And all I can say is that right now, I am the provincial chairman of the Patriotic Front.
Well accepted.
Well accepted appointment. I'm the provincial chairman, and I'm here to bring sanity and peace in the party. And I can only urge calm and hard work amongst the structures. I'm not here to break structures. I'm here to unite them. But as directed by the letter itself, obviously we will come up with a provincial committee that will spearhead all activities. Okay. So I know that there might be some people out there who would like to sponsor 1 or 2 guys to denounce my leadership. All I can say is that I'm not your enemy. I'm just that guy who is here, who has been recognized. And I know that maybe some people that might be sponsored or sent to denounce my appointment might actually need me in future. They might need an adoption certificate from the party, and they might just find that I'll be the one standing as the provincial chairman. Because once you're appointed as provincial chairman, you automatically you're a member of the central committee. So I'm a member of the central committee.
Okay.
Yes. And my prayer is that at some point, whatever wrangles that are existing in my party, they should be resolved. Right. But we should just make it that if this one is there today, we respect. Obviously, there should be time for a convention, a general conference. Structures should go and vote. Then we'll pick it from there, because I know very well that after the 2021 defeat, most of our leaders resigned. And the party was just left like that without the top leadership. And that might have caused the wrangles that we are currently having as at now. So I am the provincial chairman of the Patriotic Front in Eastern Province, yes.
Let's move on, sir. Let's get started with the issue to do with the presidential address that we saw in the morning of today, Friday. President Hakainde Hichilema addressing the nation in line with the national values and principles. What is your take-home message from his address?
Great. First of all, I strongly believe that the President of the Republic of Zambia, His Excellency Hakainde Hichilema, means well for this great nation. As a nation, we need to acknowledge that in life there are seasons. He was designed by God to be a leader at this particular moment and to be able to handle the certain problems that we might be facing as a nation. And for me, I think the address that was done today, it's one that is uniting. The president wants to see people hardworking. The president wants to see the funds that are being channeled to different, let's say, local authorities and other government institutions. The funds should work for the common person who is on the ground. The president is talking about soberness in the way we handle things. The president is talking about not being corrupt. We should be able to do things correctly. For me, I think the address is on point, and this is the president that needs our support. So I think a number of parliamentarians should think twice, and they should actually start supporting the agenda of His Excellency, the President, because we have seen a lot of members of parliament, they are too political. Okay. Even when they are in parliament, it's too much of politics, and that is not right. So we expect them to reflect, work hand in hand with the President and his team, so that development is brought to the grassroots. And let me take also this opportunity to encourage my member of parliament from here on us to work closely with the president and his team. We are all part of the governance system of this country. God has made us to win elections together, and we are all part of the structures of government, and we should be able to support each other, champion the agenda of the common person on the ground. If we put too much politics, I think that is not right. So I think our MP should also reduce a bit on politics and concentrate much on development. Lobby for more development from Lusaka, because she's privileged. So it goes to all members of parliament who are at that level. They are privileged to be there. They have a chance to interact with the vice president in parliament. They can walk to any minister's office to push the developmental agenda of Londazi. So that is my word.
Others, sir, would say it was quite difficult for the UPND in opposition to work with the government of the day. What has changed today? Why should now the opposition work with them when they didn't see it fit to work with the government of the day during their time in opposition?
Yeah, so a wrong of the past should not be carried to eternity. A wrong is a wrong. We need to establish that what used to happen some time back was a wrong. But here we are talking about the right thing. What is the right thing to do? And the right thing is all of us to work together. I strongly believe, Steve, that there should be time when we should do politics. Yes, there should be time when we should push the agenda for development in a country or in a particular area. Then 2026 is coming. All of us will be there now making political statements and doing all sorts of politics. But you can't just be politicking for 5 years. You are elected into an office and you are politicking. So for me, I strongly believe that the president we have means well. He's a great president. He's doing great to this great nation, and being the council chairperson of Londazi, and definitely being one who has been appointed as provincial chairman for the Patriotic Front, I even endorse his candidature for 2026 because we need this developmental agenda to continue. We used to have our children somewhere sitting on the floor, but now they're sitting on desks. We never used to have classroom blocks, but now we have them because of the CDF. A lot of things are happening. Okay, yes, we might need those big developmental issues to happen, but firstly, there are some needy areas that were supposed to be changed, and I think this is what is happening right now.
Some of these officials being regarded to continuously politicking have taken a stance, and they are saying they know that they're part of government, and being a part of government to them is pointing where things are not going well.
Correct.
So that the government, with the help of everyone else involved, can work on those things.
Yes.
But they're saying they're being misquoted, because when they point that this has not worked well, they think it is politicking, and they're questioning how will people benefit if it all needs for them to sing praise. And others have even given examples of saying the Lundazi Chipata Road has not been worked on. So for some of them, it's very difficult to thank this government when this project has not been fully completed. They're saying, complete it on time, and then we'll sing praise. Don't you think their points are also valid?
The points are valid, but the way they are doing things, I don't think it's in the right way. I'm not saying that people should sing praises to the government when you're elected or you're in the opposition and so on. No, it's very important to bring out issues, but we need to do it in a sober manner. There should not be some bitterness. Steve, when we were going to campaigns in 2021, I also had people that I wanted to win elections. Okay? But some of them, they didn't make it. Others won an election. And when that happens, we need to accept. Just as the way we have won an election, we should also accept that another person has won an election because of the love the people have for that individual. In this case, some people might have plans for another president to win an election, but that candidate never won. The candidate who won is the current president, HH. Okay? So we need to come to reality that this is our president at this particular moment. If we want development, it's only this government that can bring development. I don't think you're telling me that from now up to 2026 we should be attacking the president and his team. Then until he's chucked out of office, that's when now we are going to start pushing the developmental agenda. No, time doesn't wait for anyone. So we need to accept that different people won. Independent, Patriotic Front, UPND, all of us who won were part of the governance system.
Right.
If we have challenges, we need to present them in an orderly manner. But it shouldn't be too political, too deep, because our people are suffering on the ground. And development is not only CDF. You are able to lobby from the government itself so that we have more development at a local level.
Just to use or borrow your words on this particular platform, you have also been impressed with President Haka in the Hichilema, and as provincial chairman of the Patriotic Front, newly appointed, of course, you have endorsed his candidature for the 2026 elections. Your political party is still not in good condition because there are others that are championing another agenda. Don't you think your endorsement has been rushed? You could have first of all used this particular opportunity to resolve wrangles in your party, settle down and have these structures.
It has not been rushed. The vice president of the Patriotic Front, Honorable Andrew Lubusha, on behalf of the party, was doing an endorsement, and an instruction was made that the structures should go into that direction. And for me, I'm satisfied with the works that are being done. I'm satisfied with the works that are being done, and I would love those works to continue. You know, the way life is, people have got different opinions, and every human being has got an opinion.
True.
It doesn't mean that, Steve, when you believe in something, others cannot believe in the opposite. No, we need to coexist as human beings. So for me, I'm satisfied looking at the agenda that we have even here in Ondazi district. When you look at, we have a number of projects. We are receiving about 6.1 million. Monies which we have never seen before. Okay? We are receiving a lot of funds. A lot of projects are taking place because of the same president. Okay? And where we are working, all of us have been embraced by the leadership. There's no segregation. This is an opposition member, this is what and what. There's nothing like that. So that's why I'm saying that as a council chairperson of Rondas, and definitely I'm a strong believer that this president is doing well and he deserves another term going forward. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If there are people who disagree with that, that's their opinion, which I respect.
Your colleagues, some 4 days ago, we made a post. Your colleagues that have endorsed President Hakainde Hichilema were referred to as desperate people, and that statement went ahead attributed to President HH being a desperate man because of allowing to be endorsed by desperate people. Are you jumping on this bandwagon? Should they also be very comfortable to refer you to that because they think this structure is illegal to a certain extent, and they feel like the Robert Chavinga faction that has endorsed President Hakainde Hichilema is a desperate clique of politicians. Are you jumping on that bandwagon? Sorry.
No, not at all. You know, yeah, yeah, very, very funny and interesting with the way you are coming out, my brother. I think in the first place, I made it clear to you that there's only one patriotic front. Stephen, I can challenge you. You're a journalist. Who is the president of Patriotic Front legally as at now, as we are talking, if I may ask?
I'm here to ask you questions, sir.
The president,
bring us to
you
speed.
go to the Registrar of Societies there.
But
The president, no, we're
there's
talking
an
about
argument
right
there.
now.
There's an argument there.
Yes.
The other group is arguing that
No,
Mao
I'm
Sampa.
coming.
Yes.
I'm not part of those confusion.
Okay.
Mine is loyalty to the party.
Okay.
Okay? And that's why I told you that my appointment is coming from the party. It is not coming from an individual. You are the CEO of Canel because of the documents that are there. If there's someone out there who comes and says, I'm the CEO of Canel, that does not validate them to be CEO. You are the CEO because there are papers in place that proves that you are the CEO of Canel. If we are doing other things, then we are living in denial.
Others are saying these papers have been acquired illegally because
I don't know
you
about
are
that.
now being referred to as surrogates of the UPND because they think there is no convention that has taken place for such a change to take place.
But who is the president now? Because there have never been a convention. President Isiho resigned. That's what I know after the elections. And people were paying money for the convention to take place. Why didn't we go ahead to have that convention? I believe if we had that convention, we wouldn't have been having these issues.
You being the provincial chairman now,
Yes.
What do you think could be the better way of resolving these matters? I'm asking you this question because a lot of people are thinking the best that you could have done was resolve these matters amicably, and then if it is the route of endorsing the ruling party, you endorse them, or if it isn't like that, once you have resolved these matters. But they feel these matters have not been resolved and you have rushed into endorsing the UPND.
First of all, it's to come to terms with reality.
Okay.
And reality is that the Patriotic Front right now has got office bearers. Where are those office bearers coming from? Are they coming from UPND or they're coming from PF? They're coming from PF. And that's why I'm saying that if people are coming from the PF and they're the office bearers now, what's the problem? They need to be supported. Then obviously there's a time frame when we are supposed to have a convention. Okay. Then other people will be able to contest. And if it's to win, they win. Then that's the way it happens in politics. But for now, look at we have been having by-elections. Why have we been failing to file in nominations? Because we can't get an adoption certificate from the people we are saying that they are not right owners of the party. And when you go with another adoption certificate, the ECZ says that this is not the correct one. And the party is dying. So we need to swallow our pride, accept what is there. We are strong together. Then we move on like that. I think that will help us as a party.
All right. Let's tone down.
So about the endorsement, I am a politician. Okay? I joined politics alone. I have a way on how I look at things, and I think I've got all the rights to make a political decision. So if I believe that the president right now is delivering, then I think my opinion should be respected. And if there are those that feel that the president is not delivering, they should tell us why they feel like that. So it's not like we should just follow what one person is saying that all of us we should follow. No, some of us we believe that he's delivering, and we are happy and proud that we are part of the agenda of this president who is in power right now.
President Edgar Lungu, when he was at the helm of running the affairs of this nation, and also running the Patriotic Front, you are among the few individuals that were privileged, and you were recognized like his own children.
Yes.
He supported you very much, and I know specifically he will watch this particular interview. Just think out loud. When he watches this interview, how do you think he would feel hearing such words from you?
No, which words?
What you have just said about the PF and the stance you've taken.
If I said anything wrong about the PF, I can tell you, Steve, that President Lungu is my father, someone I always respect and appreciate. And I will never say any bad about him. He is my father. He will always be my father. But I'm in politics, and life must go on. And when I make a political statement, it does not that I'm disrespecting my father. No, I'm not. He will always be my father. And I'm very happy that I have served under his leadership. I served diligently under his leadership.
Okay.
But life continues. Okay? Life continues as much as we continue respecting him. But we also, as his children, we are making decisions going forward on how best we feel that this country should be governed. And I know he's a great man, he's a great father. He understands that these are my children, and obviously they're making these decisions because of ABCD. I wish him all happiness, success, because he's my father. I wish him peace. Nothing bad will ever come out from my mouth about President Edgar Lungu. He's my parent, that one.
All right.
Okay, but as a son, mentored by his leadership and so on, at some point, I also need to make political decisions. You know, we have had our parents politically. They at some point, they also made political decisions. Okay, I know of our founding father who was once in UNIP. He was in MMD. Then he formed this political party as a Patriotic Front. We also have people who were in UPND. They moved from UPND to join Patriotic Front. Even right now, we have people who may have been UPND. They moved out of UPND to join. So politics is all about ideas. Okay. There is no enmity. Like maybe you are enemies because maybe you've got a different opinion to what someone has, then you are enemies and you are perceived not to respect that person. I think that is not right. We have the current SG of Patriotic Front who was at the airport. You call them faction whatsoever. What happened? Where is he coming from? He's coming from MMD. We have Honorable Bomanosam. He's coming from MMD. But a decision was made for him to join Patriotic Front. And they had all the blessings from the former president, may he rest in peace, Rupia Bezanbanda. That's politics. That's the way it is. We can do smart politics without disrespecting our parents. And we expect our parents to understand that we also have a career and a political future to champion.
All right, so
yes.
Let's move on. Let's talk about your performance at Lundazi Town Council. You were elected in 2021, and of course, there was an agenda that you had set forth. There are quite a lot of things that we are seeing happening there. Just give us a roadmap. How have things been?
Great. So at the local authority, we have achieved a number of things. We have achieved, and we give gratitude to the members of Lundazi district, the business community, just residents, and so on. You know, the council is comprised of different sections of people, and we are reaching where we are today because of the support which is coming from different players. We might have had challenges here and there, but because of the firm leadership, I think we have scored in a number of things. First, I can tell you that even the implementation of the funds that we have been receiving, be it through CDF and these other components, they've always been going towards the intended purpose.
Okay.
And that is a great achievement about the Lundazi Town Council. So I think we have done well.
We just saw you launching the installation of street lights in Dunda. Just share with us how is this project going, and there are still other places that may need such facilities. What plans do you have in this regard?
Great. So that is a project that is not only the beginning when we have started putting up street lights. Mm-hmm. If you look at that road that goes to the new urban now, near CCAP, mm-hmm. That's the Lundazi Town Council project. We had put other street lights at Mpamba. Mm-hmm. Then we also looked at the Dunda compound. We started the installation of those street lights, and I can assure you that that's not the end. Okay. Because those street lights that we are putting up at Dunda, they will progress up to Chipiola, Chipazi Road going forward there, mm-hmm. as we are going to Tigone. So we'll be doing it in phases. Okay. And I also received a submission from one of the guys from the business community, mm-hmm. who was saying that even those roads within the marketplace, we need to put up solar street lights. Because in the absence of power from NCHEZGO, mm-hmm. it's like our people face a lot of challenges at night. Okay. So we'll look into it, and when we have resources, we'll definitely move in. Right. So far, so good in terms of the street lights installation. And for Dunda, ndinonga chomene ku vantu vitu wa kwa Dunda market. Umotirikira ma street lights pa Dunda, vayasunga makola chomene. No vandalism, nothing at all. That's what we want. Okay. But I'm very disappointed with what happened at Mpamba Bridge, because we had the thieves who started vandalizing, stealing with the street lights. Street lights, just like many other developments that we are doing, they belong to the people, and we expect the people to get jealous. Yes.
All right. We're also looking at those suggestions that they've made, where you are supposed to install these lights. But also, another issue is now looking at time. 2026 August is not very, very far. Gauging on the time that is remaining, how much more do you think you are capable of doing in this regard?
We will actually do a lot, because this year we've got an agenda before us, and streetlights are also part of the program. Okay. So we'll do that. These are under the funds that the equalization plus the locally generated funds. So this is what we are doing.
All right.
Yes, you know very well that we had also used these similar funds at the Chimchuri market shelter,
yes,
which was completed. We're also using the similar funds at the Mpamba market shelter, which we are going to hand over very soon. So utilization of these funds is actually on point, and we shall make sure that we continue in that fashion. So for us, the 5 years, as we are running to 2026, I am very comfortable. I am a proud man. Even when I step out of the office, I'll always be a proud man, because what we've done a lot as the town council.
You've talked about Mpamba Market, and there was a complaint just a few weeks ago when people said there was nothing happening there based on the promise that you had actually made. I think I was on your entourage during that particular coverage, yes, where you promised them to do a shelter, yes, so that they are selling in a conducive environment. Just bring us to speed.
Yes.
What has happened there?
We are on course. That's a personal program,
okay,
which I'm using with my own personal resources. So we had put up a team, okay, to look at what we are supposed to put at Mpamba Market, and I'm glad that they've given us the BOQ. So now we have an idea on what is supposed to be put there. We've already started the buying of some materials, and I know in a next month or two we're going to move in to start the installation of a shelter, just to add some decency there at the market, so that at least our women are trading in a nice shelter.
All right. But since you've started talking about markets, I want us to still move in that particular direction.
Yes.
There are other shelters you also had mentioned in the past that you were working on, the Gabon one.
Mm-hmm.
You also had plans of putting up a shelter in Dunda and some other places.
Yes.
How is that also going?
Gabon market shelter kwakhala kapadogo kutimale.
Okay.
About 90% malakane ntchito.
Okay.
What is remaining in my bench work for our women.
Okay.
And obviously to add some paint here and there. Dunda challenge malo palije Singapore market pakwa Dunda pala pa market.
Okay.
That's the challenge that we have faced. Tikayoya nawo bantu kuti maybe wangati gulisa komalo as a local authority, but up to date we have found nothing.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, that's the biggest challenge at Dunda. Otherwise ndetili kaponi kale market shelter pa kwa Dunda pa.
What could be an alternative now?
We need to keep our people there. Definitely, we can't chase them from there. Those that are trading there, we just need to maintain them. But at least they should be sanity. Paraboseveza pakrenge clean pamalo pa. And I'm very glad that they have moved away from near the street itself, near the road itself. Yeah, they've moved away and they've put up nice tables and so on. And there's cleanliness there. We've also provided a bin, a skip bin there.
Okay.
So maninga yazula bini, timu yetu ipita kula kufunya vila. So Dunda, they are set. But my wish, my desire was that to put a market shelter and a toilet.
Okay.
But malo paliji.
Goodness. Let's also talk about revenue collection. Being a local authority, you survive on that other than these other funds that you're receiving. Your opponents that have featured and have sat on this particular seat, they have accused your leadership of not utilizing this opportunity that you have to collect revenue from respective business places in town. Their argument is centered on they are saying the revenue collectors that you've employed, they report for work late, and then they just collect from a few business houses. They are counting them. They are not that much, and they are saying what is coming to your coffers in this aspect isn't what you should be collecting. Just bring us up to speed. What is the status quo in this regard?
Okay, great. So first of all, I don't have an opponent as at now. So those who come here on radio, if they are saying they are my opponents, then they are wrong. How are they my opponents? Which competition are we in the first place? I'm not in competition with anyone. Me, I'm an elected individual. I'm the council chairperson of Lundas elected, but I'm not in any competition with them. So if they wish to contest, I think they should do it in a sober manner. I've seen most of them, they insult, they make random fake statements, which is not good. Stephen, I can assure you that Lundas is our district. We need to be proud of our district. And we need to speak good of our district. We can't just be on social media talking bad about our district in the name of wanting a vote. So most of them, they're not my opponents, but they're just guys who are desperate. They're learning politics, but they're doing it in a wrong way. And those statements that they're making here, people shouldn't take them as the truthful statements. Most of them, they are lies. But I'm a cool guy. They insult, I'm quiet. I'm the tiger. I've watched them.
Isn't the tiger
I've analyzed them.
allowing them too much space?
No, not at all. But people are able to see that is this person okay? And so on. So that statement is not correct, that our revenue collectors are not doing the correct job. They are doing a correct job, but they need a backup. That should be the correct statement. Our revenue collectors, they are always on the ground. They are working from morning until they finish whatever they are doing. That's when they knock off. And as a local authority, yes, we are getting something out of the revenue collection, but obviously we need to do more. And you know, the population of Rundazi is growing. Businesses are many and so on. So we expect to have an improvement, obviously. We're not saying that we are 100% perfect as a local authority. We have hiccups here and there, but we have a channel. And, you know, when it comes to even employment of these revenue collectors, authority should be granted from the commission. They should know that are we able to manage to pay all those people and so on. So the revenue collection currently it's on point, but I can assure you that we need to do more, because we also have even other officers that join in terms of revenue collection. But again, the mindset of our people, they should be respecting these people when they approach them, when time comes for them to give something to the local authority, because that same money is not going into anybody's pocket. But that's if people are saying we want a grader, it's from the same money. If people they want street lights, it's the same money. And also other different programs that the local authority should be having.
All right.
Yes.
And then also in this same regard, let's try to switch a bit and look at garbage collection. We've seen you as a local authority making a stance and taking a stance of buying more equipment in that aspect. But there are people who are still complaining that the garbage collection stance has not much improved. No people to clean up these roads apart from the help of the cash for work people that are now being pushed into that, and they are still alleging that this is as a result of not employing casual workers as it used to be in the past. Bring us to speed in this aspect as well.
We have casual workers that are working, and as a local authority, I think we are trying our best to keep the town clean. When you look at other towns compared to Rundazi, they are disasters. Rundazi, it's a clean town. I know that we need to improve more, but you know, Stephen, we need to understand that this is not just entirely the council agenda, but we also need mindset change. You can't just be throwing litter anyhow in town just because you're a resident and you expect an officer from the council to come and sweep. You can't be just throwing garbage around your business premises and be expecting a general worker from the council to come and sweep your own place. You can't just be leaving grass around your residential house without cutting it nicely and expect the council to come and do it for you, throwing garbage and litter around. No, mindset change is needed. So if we say there is garbage in the drainages, first we should ask ourselves, who is throwing that garbage? Is it a designated place? The answer is no. We have places where we have put up bins. You know very well that my office had lobbied through the banks, Indo, Access Bank. They had given us about 30 refuse bins, which we had put around the town, and we expect our people to be using them. If they are using those bins, then we can't be having garbage in the drainage system. So mindset change, I appeal to the people of Rondas. Let us change our minds. Let us be sober in the way we are doing things. You can't just be expecting the council to be doing everything for you. As a citizen of Rundazi, you have a duty to keep the town clean. And that's the way we should be. So for us, we are doing our part. And when it comes to those other workers that maybe they from the cash for work, that is the reason why His Excellency, the President, designed and his team designed that program for cash for work. If we have a challenge somewhere, people need to work and get paid so that we reduce on hunger. So what is the problem if maybe there are some challenges with drainage and we use maybe some cash for work? That is a government program. So for me, it's all good. I think the question should be, are people throwing in designated places? Or is the council cleaning or not? And the right answer is that the council is cleaning.
They have also spoken about the blocked drainages. They've given an example of some shops in town along Dingiswayo Avenue. the drainage seem to be blocked there, such that there's some stagnant water, which can bring a lot of problems. Have you made an effort as a local authority to counter check on these, and is there a plan in place to ensure that these problems are sorted out
Yes.
within time? Because we are now talking the rain season, cholera and other diarrheal diseases may easily break out.
As far as I'm concerned, the council started cleaning the drainages before even the rain season. And we have actually kept the momentum, cleaning here and there. But I emphasize for mindset change. If we stop throwing litter and garbage in those drainages, then we won't have a problem. So for now, we are on the ground. Anywhere we see that there's a problem, we move in to handle it.
All right.
Yes.
Let's move a bit, sir. Still looking at the roads, another concern that did come through in this regard is that some roads that you had graded were not well graded, and then those that are within town are not being given much attention, and there are accusations flying around that the operator of this grader prioritizes working from far places, like in villages, because of some allowance there more than what is given when they work from town. How are things in this aspect?
No, I think that is just an accusation, and I don't think it should be taken seriously.
Okay.
So the local authority has got one grader procured under CDF, but it doesn't have other components. A grader should have a roller compactor, it should have a tipper truck, it should have I think water bowser and so on. There should be about 4 components, such that we do a proper gravel road. So what we only have as at now, it's a grader, and when it moves into an area, after the rain season, you find that the road again it's back into a bad state. So we have tried our best, but we have a number of roads that are supposed to be graded. You know that we have about 10 wards, and the grader can't be in all the 10 wards at once. So you find that when it's in town, it's doing 1 or 2 roads. It's also needed somewhere out of town. So we can't say that priority is in the outskirts. No, we also have our people there who need the services of the local authority.
Okay.
Yes, and the funds actually being used, the CDF funds were used for the grading of the road. Through CDF, they procured the fuel. But we also had a program which was under the government road grant. Some funds were also pumped in, which were used to work on certain roads, patching, putting crossing points and so on. Yes, so we are doing well, but we have a challenge because most of the components that are needed, we don't have them.
All right.
Yes, and it's unfortunate that even right now, the tipper truck, we're having problems with it.
Yes,
we're supposed to have it.
I was heading there.
Yes.
The tipper truck being procured in 2021, sir, under the Constituency Development Fund. To date, it hasn't been delivered. And many times when people call and ask, we want our tipper truck, we want our tipper truck.
Yes.
Just give us an update. What's happening? Is this tipper truck going to come at anytime soon?
The people are actually on point to demand, because that is their money. That is government resources. Equally, my office is demanding for the tipper truck to be brought to Rundazi. We need that tipper truck as soon as possible. But you know the way offices are designed, we are there, but we are not the ones to handle that process. That process is handled by technocrats. We have the procurement unit, the finance, and these other guys who handle these matters. And all we can do is to keep pushing them to make sure that they expedite the process of bringing the tipper truck. We can't do anything further than that, more especially that they had even taken the matters to court. You know, I was shocked when I was told that the supplier had taken the local authority to court. I was surprised. Where is he even getting strength to behave in that fashion? Because he was supposed to deliver the tipper truck.
Is this a
And
local supplier?
if he's failing, that has been my question as well. Who is this supplier who even has the guts to take the local authority to court over a machine
He has never delivered.
he has never delivered? Because the local authority, to my thinking, has got powers to terminate a certain contract if that one is failing. And we have a lot of people here in Undazi who can deliver a tipper truck in a week or even in 2 days using their own resources. They can buy it, deliver it at a council, and the council pays them. We have genuine people here in Undazi. So who is this guy that has failed to deliver a tipper truck, and after that he has even taken the council to court? And I'm told, my CS and the team have been going to court, and they told me that they are settling matters just from there.
Are you not losing more money in paying lawyers and all that now?
Of course, even just the traveling for them to go to Saka for the court to go and make an agreement, whatever agreement that they're supposed to make, that's a wastage of resources. Because we need the tipper truck. It was supposed to be delivered some time back. We need to forget about that issue. So I can only appeal, because I know that even at the Ministry of Local Government, they are very much aware about this problem, and I just hope that it should be settled soonest, so that we have the tipper truck here in Undazi. We have seen other councils; they've bought a number of machines. What's happening to us? So, my office is not directly involved in CDF. I think I need to make that point clear. The CDF, the Member of Parliament is the one who is directly involved in CDF, and now the government has also put the office of the District Commissioner. My office is represented by ward councillors, I think about 3, that are part of the CDF. So we will be pushing so that the CDF committee also should seek for proper answers about this project. My office is designed in a fashion that we should be able to monitor the projects that are being undertaken by CDF. It is clearly stipulated that because we are the ones that are actually implementing as a local authority. So my office is part of those people to monitor the projects of CDF. But the CDF committee meetings I'm not part of. I'm not even part of the committee for CDF. I think that should be clear.
But you're in the bigger picture now. People look at you and people see you. When they see Golden Tembo, they see Undazi Town Council.
Yes, I know.
The tipper truck has not come. They see Golden Council has failed to bring that tipper truck.
I know very well.
And we are approaching 2026. Don't you think this is denting your image more than these other issues?
Yes, it is, and I'm not happy about it. And I've always been appealing to the council secretary and team that, guys, please, let's make sure that we bring this tipper truck. But what I don't understand is that, in these committees, we have even law enforcers. They are part of these committees. The ACC is part of the CDF committee. When they are coming up with these contractors, with these suppliers, they are all part of those committees. So I think going forward, my advice is that let them be giving to genuine people, people with a track record, people who will be able to respect the good people of Undazi and deliver on time. We don't want people that are even taking the local authority to court. After failing to deliver the tipper truck, then you take the council to court.
And I'm told this is the same contractor that had issues at Lukwizizi.
Is it?
Yes.
Then it's unfortunate. Then it's very unfortunate.
Yes, there was some delayed works there, and this is the same contractor.
Actually, I had gone to Lukwizizi. I remember I'd gone there, and there was an issue there. with the members of community. They were supplying materials, their sand, and this contractor had failed to pay them.
This is the same contractor
They warned him that he will not be entertained there. So I had to go there to mediate, and I hope that he paid them.
He's the same gentleman that is holding your tipper truck.
You know him better.
All right. In case you have just tuned in, this is NCHEZGO. Today we are hosting His Worship, the Town Council Chairperson, Lundazi, Mr. Gordon Tembo. We have discussed quite a lot, sir. But I just want to now look at the few facilities that you own as a local authority. You do own Tigone Motel, Twikatane Nightclub. You also have a rest house. Other than that, you built recently some shops near Tigone Motel there. Just share with us, how much are these bringing to the local authority? Are they being used for their intended purpose? Do you have plans of even setting up more of these in Lundazi so that you grow your income base?
Great. So we have a number of revenue bases as a local authority. Maybe let me also inform you and the general public that we also have a farm in Voad. We're actually doing fish farming.
Yes, I did see that.
Yes.
Was it last year or the other year?
Even this year, we have been, this is what, February?
Yes.
Yeah, recently we're even selling fish.
Oh.
We have fish ponds there at the farm. It's one of the ways for revenue collection. So the ventures you have mentioned, they are not doing too well. At some particular points, we noticed that we actually had some hiccups here and there in terms of the infrastructure itself. When you look at Tigone Motel, it has been there for some time now, and it needed some touches here and there, the roof itself and so on. So the local authority is actually spending some monies there just to make sure that we upgrade it and it's reasonable to the eyes of the general public. You know very well that we are in the modern era and we can no longer be ancient. So even our structures as a local authority and the services, they should be modern and pleasing to the current time that we are in. So that works are being done there at the Tigone Motel. Twikatane, we are good there. We had done renovations. We had spent a lot of money there. We are good. Rest house, again, we have spent money. We have even put up a wall fence. It's also good there. But we just need to inject more resources to make sure that we have enough stock.
Okay.
Because, people obviously go to these places for drinks, beverages, maybe meals, and so on. So we need to be up to date in terms of stock. We have actually been guiding our management team to make sure that that is done, and it's actually very important.
Okay.
Yes. So far so good.
All right.
But we need to do more in terms of infrastructure, at least to do touches here and there, just to make sure that we are in the modern world. Yeah.
All right. Let's move on, Your Worship. The big issue now is the issue to do with the construction of a modern bus station and a modern market. We saw you coming out explaining what had transpired and what should have been done. Later on, we did see some concerned community members writing a petition, which we fully understand was delivered to the local authority. Just give us an update. What level are we at now in this regard?
Okay, so I think we are good to go. But first of all, that is not my personal agenda. I'm merely occupying this office, and that's why I speak about it. But I know that some people who might think, or they're misleading themselves, thinking they're in a competition with me, they are the ones who have been making odd statements, and I can only urge them that they should be loyal to their district. There's time when we need to talk about genuine things, and there's time when we should do politics. So for me, I know very well that it's the hand of the government in place, and these projects, it's not only from Lundazi. It's also in Katete, it's in Sinda, in Chipata. And it was actually launched by the Republican president through the Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Honorable Nkwambo. So we had planners, we had technocrats that have been looking at this issue. This issue hasn't started today.
Maybe not to cut you short, Your Worship, there was a statement that was issued by the local authority, not here, but this was done from the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development. Their statement was pushed on the 13th of October in 2024, and it reads, new markets, bus stations coming as government is poised to spend over 166 million kwacha. Let me just try to run through this statement, then maybe you can still go ahead with your line of thought. The government, through the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development, has signed 10 contracts for the construction of new markets and extension of bus stations at a cost of 166,295,439 kwacha 67 ngwe. MLGRD Permanent Secretary for Administration Mambo Hamaundu stated that in Eastern Province, the infrastructure component for the improvement and extension of the bus stations will involve Chipata bus station in Chipata district at a cost of 42,627,398 kwacha 50 ngwe. Katete bus station in Katete at a cost of 21,702,338 kwacha 78 ngwe. Lundazi bus station at a cost of 24,311,882 kwacha. Sinda as well, and its figure there. Mr. Hamaundu stated that the government will spend an estimated of over 6 million kwacha for the construction component of completion of the Namwala Modern Market in Namwala district. He said the government will undertake the rehabilitation of Nakambala Market in Mazavuka district at a cost of 8 million plus, and the completion of the construction of Mpika bus station in Mpika at over 24 million kwacha. He said the rest of the projects include the construction of Chavuma bus station in Chavuma district, construction of Kasama fire station, and associated external works in Kasama district at over 6 million kwacha, and the construction of Sesheke transit bus station in Sesheke district at over 7 million kwacha. This brings the total amount of the funding of the projects to 166 million kwacha plus. The permanent secretary stated that the contracts for all the earmarked infrastructure projects were signed and the construction works are expected to commence soon. He was further quoted that as government, they were delighted that once the construction of these targeted markets and bus stations is complete, the new infrastructure will create a more conducive trading environment for both marketeers and bus drivers than what existed before in those districts. The permanent secretary said it is the government's desire to modernize markets and bus stations in order to provide a conducive environment for the traders and the general public. The construction of these infrastructure projects is funded with support from KfW, a Germany development bank. Okay, so this was actually the statement that was put out. I just wanted to make this known in case there are people that may not have known about it, because we posted this statement on our Facebook page. Maybe continue with your line of thought, because the issue now at hand is that there are some people that do not want this specific project to be attached to the already existing bus station, because they think this should just go elsewhere, like the plot that was already provided for in the old airstrip. Just enlighten us. What really transpired for this project to be done, and specifically there at the main Lundazi bus station?
So the issue, I think, is not about them wanting it to be done somewhere else or what. The issue is that they have a problem that it's being done when Gordon is in the office as council chairperson. I think that's the problem that they have.
Goodness.
Those guys, that's a problem that they have. Nothing else. So this thing, it's something that it's an agenda which we started a long time ago when I was a ward councillor, actually. Yes, land, yes, was reserved at the local authority there in the old airstrip.
Yes.
For different activities. And this project, it is coming as a package, Stephen. It is not just the bus station only that it will be constructed. These guys, they will construct modern market shelters. They will also put up toilets on the other side, not in the bus station. They will put up market shelters in the market there where our mothers are trading from. They'll put up office spaces, then they'll also put up toilet facilities.
Okay.
So it's a package. So what was reserved there at the old airstrip, we wanted to put up a market. Okay? Wanted to put up a market. But as time goes by, a lot of things have been happening. We have been having meetings. Technocrats have been coming to Lundazi, looking at possible ways on how best we can handle these issues. And it was resolved that this modern structure should be at the bus station there. Now, when you look at the bus station itself, that one, the old one, matoilet munganjira moya matoilet, it's dilapidated. Even the structure itself, that one, is an old structure. So we are saying that we need to modernize the land itself. It's huge, and it's able to cater for the development that the KFW is bringing to Rundas. And we have been having meetings at the council in the chamber with people from the market coming. KFW has been explaining, but when people are too busy, they don't attend meetings. We have minutes there at the council explaining what we are going to do. Our mothers there in the market, they are aware about this project. They are aware about the shelters that we are supposed to put in place.
Why do you think these that are coming out now are even claiming that no stakeholder engagements were made?
It not only becomes a stakeholder engagement when, Steve, you are present. These are governance matters. As long as people come, that's a stakeholder engagement. If you are busy, you are busy. Those people that attend the meeting and it is resolved, it is being resolved on behalf of everyone else. So just because one person who intends to contest as a council chairperson was not part, cannot stop an agenda that was approved some time back.
They are alleging,
that's not possible.
They are alleging that previously you had allocated a place for a bus station in the old airstrip. Is this plot still available?
The director planning has already mentioned it. And when you people came to my office to interview me, I think I mentioned about that. I made a response. The council operates in an open door policy. If you want any information at the council, you are free to walk in and you'll be given that information.
They are alleging
whatever
that this
agenda, it's not there's no need. Sold by who? Does council sell properties in secret? Who can sell a plot at the council in secret? You'll be jailed. There's no room at the current local authority where a plot can be sold secretly. Who can do that? Nothing. Everything at the council is done in public. That's why we have council meetings where even members of the public attend. They know about everything that happens in the council. Okay? So that bus station, the technocrats, it's not my decision, but the technocrats. We have technocrats who look at areas, consultants, and they approved that this station should be there at the bus station.
Are these technocrats equal to the task? Those are the questions they are asking. They are saying some of those
course,
they are planning like they don't even stay in Rundazi. They are planning like they don't know the place.
When you're talking about technocrats, it's not only Rundazi ones that you know. Even from the Ministry of Local Government, they are part of this program. This is a government program. It's not a local matter. That maybe someone, they think that maybe it's a decision that was arrived at by Gordon because he's in the office. No.
Maybe you're that influential.
Not at all. Not at all. Even in the council, everything that is approved is debated by the councillors. So, we need to accept this project. We need to be grateful that finally the government has pushed this agenda and we are here now to implement this project. Now,
a petition lodged in?
A petition for what? What is your interest to petition for what? Who are you petitioning? That's why I'm saying that this one, the one who petitioned, do they even know? Are they aware that it was launched by the Republican president? In Chipata, the Minister of Local Government, he did it on behalf of the Republican president. Do they know that? Are you telling me that they can do that thing in ignorance, to launch a project in ignorance? Or if there's a fault, are you telling me that they can go ahead to launch it? They shouldn't. So all these unnecessary wrangles that we are bringing, it's more like we are just trying to push away the project. When you go to Mazabuka, you find a proper bus station, modern one, which was done by KFW. Why can't we have a modern one as well as Lunazi district? Then, like I was saying some time back, a bus station, you need to have an established market at a bus station. That's just a fact. You can't establish a bus station in the middle of residential houses. A bus station comes with a lot of things. You know very well. You can't just put it in the middle of residential houses. It's chaos. So I was making a suggestion the other time, but I saw even you guys, you're reporting. I don't know where it was.
What suggestion did you make?
Sometimes when I think about that, I just smile. I say, anyway, these are my brothers. When I was making a suggestion like that one, the old one, is earmarked for demolition. Okay? Earmarked for demolition. Like, no piece of it should be gotten from that one. Okay?
Everything
demolished,
go completely.
Demolished, and we put up a new structure. Now, I'm thinking that we are not supposed to be wasteful as a district. Because when I look at that structure, the way it was designed and the way it was erected there, it is something that some pieces of that structure can be used somewhere else. Okay? So we are simply saying that part of the structure, that one, after it is removed, it's better. We have a place where they don't even have a shelter. They don't have a bus station. What is the problem with us having a negotiation with the contractors or the people that will be there? That, guys, please, pamine muchosa malata, pamine muchosa nsimbizi, chosani bwino. Kwani hapo mfunya malata yo, hapo mfunya simbizo, na hivyo vinyake vindu mfunyenge makola, kupwanya yai vindu hivyo.
So vakarago
tuvipenja hivyo vindu mfunye waka makola, mwisho waka diasembo, pachizungu ati, muvifunye waka makola bene. Kunyaka huko, vandu wakara wakapavura hapo ulindira magari moto. So that tivitole basi tikashite tikaike kumaro ya nyake, vikasebeze kumaro ya nyake.
Not kunyamula dwi.
How can you do that? So I was just seeing that, okay, so that is my point. Okay. That instead of kupwanya kunanga vindu, it's a structure made of steel. Kulisimbi huku kulisimbi tamasula simbi and so on. It's just my thinking. But if people are not interested, well and good. They can just erase everything there.
Don't you see a possibility of what has delayed the tipper truck to come, if they were to successively get an injunction for this one, it can also delay this process as well?
I think I've got no issue with the injunction. Like I said, it was launched by the president through the Minister of Local Government. So I think they can deal with each other at that level.
Okay.
If there's that issue of injunction whatsoever, they will handle it with the minister and the president, the owner of the project.
All right.
Because for us as a local authority, we need to understand that we are just custodians of this good news. When I'm speaking because I'm the council chairperson at this particular moment. I will not occupy this office forever. There was someone before. Today there is me. In future there will be someone.
True.
Okay? So we need to understand that why is this person speaking? I'm trying to educate our people. I'm trying to inform them. But it is not my personal project. It is a project to benefit Lundazi residents. And this project is, Stephen, resources are readily available. In the bank, approved, everything. Procurement of materials, it should be done, it should be South Africa and so on. So when the project starts, within no time, it's supposed to be completed and hand off.
Right.
Yes, so they'll be doing the modern bus station, they'll be doing the market shelters for women there, offices and toilets. That's the package that we have for Lundazi. Then for those that were saying, no, maybe some time back, there was a plot which was done, the local authority moves in time. It's just like parliament. Today, the parliamentarians can pass a certain law, but in future, they can still change that. Okay, they can make a decision that, okay, we want to spend maybe 200 million on a certain project. But when they see that maybe 200 million ya chepa or ya pakamaningi, they are able to sit again and look at that matter. And you know, governance issues, there are a lot of interested parties who are part of an agenda of the government. It's not just the council chairperson or my officers who are planning. No, we have technocrats from the ministry who have been coming. We have consultants that are part of this project.
Okay.
Yes. So for me, I can just make an appeal to the people of Lundazi that please, let us embrace this project. Okay. This is our development. Let us embrace it. And by the way, we are also looking for jobs for the youths. Our youths need jobs. I talked to these people, I told them that I want my people to benefit. I want my people here in Lundazi to be employed. Unless those other people with specialized jobs, they are the ones you can come with. But these other jobs, as long as our people here are able to manage, then they should be given. If there is some subcontracting, we have our people here who are able to deliver things, to supply and also work on certain parts of the same project.
All right, sir. Let's move on before we talk your political ambitions and as well engage our followers that did forward questions. I want us to look at the Cash for Work program, which recently there were some allegations leveled against you and some other officials, a statement that was later retracted, and then the allegations of ghost workers still appearing in the system have actually been maintained. Have you made an effort to counter-check some of these allegations, and to what level are they affecting this program in Lundazi?
Okay, great. So first of all, I think it's not good to attack each other as individuals. If there are issues, I think we should be bold enough just to come to a round table and have a discussion on certain matters. It is un-Zambian to be personal. Personal attacks are not good. So we pray that our good Lord may add wisdom to some of our colleagues so that they understand. Because other than politics, Stephen, I can assure you that we are family men. We have families. I was never born a politician. I don't entirely depend on politics. I have a family, I have a wife, I've got children, I run businesses, I'm a farmer, okay? So yes, I'm in politics, but it's not just about politics. I also do other things. My dignity is very important, you know, and it's not easy to build a name. The way you guys are here at Canary, you came from far, okay? And it's not good that people should just come and start attacking your name, trying to bring it down. It's not easy to build a name. So I come from somewhere, I'm not a random guy, and I expect to be respected on an individual capacity. But politics, yes, we're able to politic. So coming to this Cash for Work, this is a very important program by the president himself and his government. And it is a program that should be embraced and supported by all well-meaning residents of Lundazi and Zambia. And that's why when we are saying that we are supporting this president, we are not just talking from without. We are looking at a number of projects and programs that are rolled out, and this is one of the programs that we are talking about. So my office as council chairperson has got no hand whatsoever in cash for work. We are policymakers, we are supervisors, but everything is done at a grassroots level. The people themselves, they are the ones who elected WDCs. It's not me. If they elected the thieves, they elected criminals, we are not part of that. There are CWACs and so on at that level, elected by the people themselves at that level. So when we are saying that we are having these elections, I think our people should be able to elect noble men of good character, so that because governance system, it goes step by step. So these are the people, together with the ward councillors, though the councillors, they are not supposed to dip themselves in this program. They should just be watching what is happening. So these are the people at the local level, together with the headmen, to look at people that they can put on lists to do this cash for work.
As a father of the district, have you received complaints in this?
I've
regard?
received complaints after that matter. After that apology, I took time to find out where is this coming from. And there's someone who I cannot disclose who has given me information about certain things, suspecting certain things not to be right, and maybe someone got wind of such and started making those unnecessary allegations. But what I did, I told my team, the council secretary, we have the audit at the local authority, and I issued an instruction that we should do head count, starting with Mnyamazi ward. So an instruction was issued last week. I told them immediately, start a head count of cash for work, all the wards. Let's see how many people are on the list and count them, make sure that they are there physically. Then I'm just waiting for them to finish so that they bring the report.
When are they expected to finish?
They should be finishing soon. Probably by next week I should be getting this report. And once we have this report, then we are going to act upon it.
Right.
Because we have an establishment at the local authority, we have the auditor and so on, who have the mandate to look at these things. So we rely on their report, then we go on the ground now to see what happens. But whoever, let me make this point clear, whoever is trying to frustrate government efforts in terms of cash for work will be sorted out.
All right.
And whoever is found wanting, he or she is on his own. The law will need to take its course, because we can't have people who are trying to frustrate such great programs being rolled out by the government.
All right.
Yes.
Your Worship, it's time now we engage our followers. We have received quite a number of messages, and please take note and respond to them, because this should be our last part of this interaction this evening. Dali Sozimba says, how does the council chairperson feel to be called a provincial leader of a faction which is seen in people's eyes as causing confusion in the opposition? Due to the above question, my follow-up question is, do we see his political career surviving the next 5 years? Because if you build your legacy on confusion, it will also end in confusion. I submit. Stephen Mwale says, are the application letters for bursaries still available? Then Lyson Mlota is asking, my honorable, are you standing again as council chair, or it's not, or not? If yes, on which ticket? Then this is a lengthy one. Why is the Lundazi Town Council failing to pay retirement package to the retired council workers? While they have personal emolument funds, some have died leaving their funds behind because it is taking too long. Why was council tournament handled by politicians instead of allowing the tournament to be non-partisan and allow zonal sports leadership in the community to handle the tournament? Why only football was considered, neglecting musicians, pool draft, and solo and sports activities for disabled people? Why is the Lundazi Town Council failing to grade our feeder roads to the standard and quality? And how much money was given to council after grading the roads in Lundazi after doing a poor job of just scratching? The truth is that the council does not work for free, but as a local contractor upon using our grader. Why is Lundazi Town Council achievements are being handled by, why is Lundazi Town Council achievements being handled by the council chairperson himself instead of PRO? This is from Gibson Mugala. Let's check out from the page now. Those were from our private Facebook group. But from our Facebook page, here they are. Quite a number of them as well. Mishek Jere MJ says, when are you going to grade the church area roads, especially from Pentecostal assemblies passing through the graveyard to Anglican Church up to Comforters, Bigoka, etc.? It has been a promising issue time after time, no action. Sabilon Nirenda says, if someone wants to join Cash for Work, can he or she still join now? Mwanamudoko Wise Park says, have you resolved the issue to do with the bus station? Then Peter is asking, what criteria do you use to choose those Cash for Work participants? Because I see the same people working ever since the program started. How does someone join if they're willing? Just something like the other one had asked. Matthias says, why is it that the disaster seemed to benefit ladies only, and like those who are having babies are those who are expecting the only ones? I don't know if it's social cash transfer. Are the men and male youths not affected as well? Imita Ufole. Yeah, and Masauso Chitandi Kapiri says, why do you choose crooks, cadres, and junkies to lead people in the project for Cash for Work? And people outside there are have not yet collected their money since December. Is this project just made for political gain or to help the poor? Those, Your Worship, are just some of the questions that were forwarded to you for this program. If you can just run through them as fast as you can, because
Yes.
we are coming at the very end of this conversation.
Okay, great. So, why do we put up crooks for Cash for Work? Like I mentioned, it's not us that elect WDCs or these other guys under CWAC and so on. It is the people out there. And I doubt if they are crooks. I think they are genuine people. But if you have any challenge, the most important thing is to see the ward councillor. If it fails, you are free to come to the people's office, to my office, then we will actually handle that. So the Cash for Work, it is an intervention program by the government to have a relief on people. You know very well that we have not been having good rains, and our people might have been suffering here and there. So the government has come up with this package just to make sure that our people have got a certain relief. So you work, then you are supposed to get your resources. So someone else was talking about the issue of delayment. They worked, but they have not received money.
Yeah.
I think that was, they're saying if from December. I don't know which part is that, but I can encourage them to come through my office so that together we check through the team for the treasurers to see why they have not been paid, so that immediately they receive their money.
Okay.
Someone was asking, are you standing again as a council chairperson? We'll see. We'll see what happens. Time will tell.
Okay.
Time will tell, but yeah, we'll see what happens.
All right.
The most important part about this question is that, I'm serving this position currently.
Mm.
I'm actually in the office. And I think it might not be right to make certain declarations at some point.
Okay.
But I know my strength, and I can assure them that even these candidates that feel that they're in competition with me, if it so happen that they have a race with me, Nishichapa or Gloria, they
Actually,
will be walloped. That
actually, some of them are saying there are other elective positions, but you never see those that are vying as councillors coming on radio or
exactly
doing whatever should be done.
Yes.
Even those that may be vying as members of parliament, they're not doing that. They're saying they are coming to the people to tell them about their programs to become council chairpersons. One, because you have created a vacancy in a way they think you are not delivering to the expectation of their people, of the people. That's why they are lining up to this.
No, not at all. They have a feeling that obviously they'll contest as a member of parliament, and I know that some of them they're being sent.
Okay.
I know of someone who has about 7 aspiring candidates that have been promised to be adopted, so that they challenge my position. They're about 7. I hope they know themselves. I hope they know
7.
that even others have been promised, just like the way this one has been promised, another one has been promised, and so on.
7 of them.
Yes. But I'm not shaken. I am that guy who knows my strength. And right now, in terms of Londazi politics, I am the only person who can beat the member of parliament here in Londazi during an election. So she should be nice with me.
Are we seeing? Are we
She should
seeing?
be nice with me.
Is this a way of announcing that?
No.
You're
I'm
going
just,
for the top.
I'm just saying that I know, and I think she knows.
You're the closest rival.
I'm not a rival, but I'm saying that I'm the only one. Yes, currently I know that I'm the only one. Yes, I can beat her nicely.
Okay.
Yes, but I'm not a rival, and I'm not declaring anything. I'm the council chairperson. I'm still working, and the time will tell. But like I mentioned some time back, it is in my destiny that one day I'll be the member of parliament of Londazi. But time, only God knows when that will happen. Yes. So we'll come back and we'll talk about those political issues when the time comes.
We ran an opinion poll. I know there are quite other questions that were asked. You attend to them, but I want you to attend to this first.
Okay.
We ran 2 different opinion polls.
Yes.
You appeared on the council chairperson one, which you got. Then the MP one, you came out second. Just share with us, what does that signal?
Well, I think I give gratitude to the people, because it's an opinion poll, and there are people expressing their opinions about that. So for me, I'm grateful that people think of me in high esteem. It's not a joke. It's something that I respect too much, and I'll never take people for granted. I always believe in the people, and I always believe that we need to work together and deliver for the betterment of Londazi, and I always respect them.
All right.
Yes.
And another big one, sir, is since Cynthia Mutalanga was transferred from the PRO office, others are alleging that you are doing much of the PRO work now. Does it mean this officer has not been replaced? Or where is the PRO officer when needed the most?
Not at all. I am the citizen number 1 of Londazi. I'm the father of Londazi. I'm that guy who was elected by the people. And I need to explain to the people. I know that a lot of people go out there to misinform the public. So it is my duty that my office is also well represented. Whether there is PRO or not, it is my duty to explain to the people what we have done and what we are about to do.
Is a PRO or office very active? Do you have representation there at the council?
We actually have someone who is acting in that regard. But for me, I need to continue to interact with my people, and like the way I am here, I'm not doing the job of the PRO. I'm doing my job as the council chairperson, because people expect my voice. Here I am. I'm receiving difficult questions that the public is having, which the PRO cannot answer. So I'm representing my office. Once in a while, it's very important that I appear on radio programs just to put the record straight. But the PRO, they've got a mandate again to do it. But these guys, when we are working, they cry again. They might say that they feel they might have a chance to stand with me in an election. But when I'm working, they are complaining. They are saying that I'm trying to be PRO. Why are you complaining? This is my office. That's what I'm supposed to do. I'm explaining to the people what I've done. When you go out there yourself, you mislead people. I need to put it on record that you are desperate. And what you are saying is not true. And I should come out here and tell the people that the correct position is this one.
Okay.
Yes. I've seen some of these people, your candidates. They even attend my functions, my personal functions. If I'm a bad guy, like the way they claim, why do they attend my personal functions? But I know that I'm the father. So even when they insult, they talk bad about me, and I see that they come, I embrace them. Because I am their father of the district. So I'm that guy who always comes with the unity and peace. I'm not for division. When insults are coming here and there, I'm quiet. Okay. But that is not a sign of weakness. Politically, I'm a very dangerous guy. And whoever is going into an election with me should think twice. Because when it comes to the ballot, I wallop. That one I can assure you. So those that are lining up, candidate, I hope they know what they are looking for.
You were quick to endorse President Haka in the Hichilema for 2026. You seem not still decided whether you're going to contest as council chairperson or as member of parliament. Are you still testing the waters?
You know, Stephen, I can tell you that testing the waters is not a bad idea. Whenever you want to contest a certain position, you need to have an interaction with the people. You don't vote for yourself. Votes are being given by the people. We have a number of stakeholders. So when you go to them, I have an ambition to do this. They'll be able to guide you. But we have people from nowhere. They've never even been at a ward level. They just come straight. No, me, I want to be council chairperson and so on. But we have voters. They observe you. Okay, they don't just vote just because you have said you want to be voted for. They will analyze you and they will say, no, this one is not fit for this position. And no matter what you do, you'll still lose an election.
All right.
So I think having an interaction with people and so on, it's very important. But for me, where I'm seated here, as I said, currently I'm the council chairperson. I still have a mandate. And, I have a good working relationship with the member of parliament, with the DC. I have, I think, about 1 year and 6 months. So if I enter into deep politics, then how are we going to work? So I need to make sure that there's harmony. We are working in peace. But time for politics will come. And anyone will be able to choose whichever position they want to contest. So for me, I'm not after bringing confusion or whatsoever, but I have a plan. I have an agenda which I know that it should be rolled out when the right time comes.
All right.
Yes.
There was someone who was asking about the bursaries. As we come at the very end, maybe you can attend to those. But way before you do that, just to enlighten you a bit, just look at this photo. How do you
Yes.
feel?
Wow, it's. I was actually wondering. I saw it last night. Yeah. The photo.
I just wanted to remind you of 2021.
Yes, yes, the photo with my MP. You know,
Yeah.
this day, it was a terrible day. This
Uh-huh.
day, you know, there's something that had happened
Okay.
on that same day when the MP was just about to fire in, and I was happy to stand by her side until that matter was resolved. I will not say what matter it is. I know she knows it too well.
Seems you had hidden a lot of things via face mask.
Not at all, but we stood firm together and until all of us, we are great together actually.
All right.
But you know, in politics, the way it is, most of the time people might perceive you to be enemies and so on, but that will never be the case.
Right.
We have a good working relationship with the MP. We talk. I call her.
Okay.
Even last time, you know, she had a bereavement. Some guys I know, political opponents, they were just talking loudly, thinking that I never talked to the MP. I did. And we always talk.
All right.
Yes. Currently, she's my member of parliament. I am her council chairperson.
Okay.
Yes.
Maybe talk about the bursaries, then we conclude in that style.
Yeah, so the bursaries, they're actually variable at the local authority. And if people have got issues concerning bursaries, I think they should come through room 14. Then they'll be properly guided. If not that, they should come through my office on Monday. I'll be in the office starting from 8 hours. Then we can look at those issues. But confidently, I can assure them that this government is actually providing bursaries to the people out there.
Your Worship,
Yeah.
We could go on and on because issues are quite a lot that we can be discussing. Thanks a great deal for coming to Canela FM and just have this insightful conversation with us.
Great, Stephen and the Canela team. I'm very grateful to you guys. You are really doing a lot, and I can wish you the best of luck. You know, we need proper media in the district. The media plays a very vital role. So all I can say to the Lundazi residents out there is that they should give you support that is needed. My office will also be there to give support, just to make sure that your coverage continues to go on. Because without you people, then you know we are blacklisted. People can't know whatever the government is doing. So I'm very grateful for hosting me tonight.
All right, that's Your Worship, Lundazi Town Council Chairperson Gordon Tembo. We've discussed quite a lot of issues. Thanks a great deal to every one of you that stayed glued to this particular interview. Produced by John Zayawan Mseteka, Edward Banda on camera as well. I've been your host, Stephen Nkoma. Thank you so much. God bless you. Till next time. Bye-bye.
Wow.
Yeah, wachomeni.
Yeah, chomeni. Haya naonga chomeni. Yeah.